maybe you have heard. And if you're black, maybe you've even said to yourself or had a black person say to you as a way of, I don't know, comforting you or appeasing you, that black people have to work twice as hard or 10 times as hard to get the same opportunities or the same outcomes as their white counterparts. Let's address this and find out if this is actually true. Number one, no, it is not true. Most of you motherfuckers, you black people, you are not working as hard, one time as hard as yourself, meaning the hardest you've ever worked, you are not replicating that type of action on a daily basis on your own. Just comparing you to you, let alone you working 2 times harder or 10 times harder than everybody else. And listen, I'm a person who's been putting in the work for a long time. My company is called Work on Your Game. It's literally called that, and I've been doing this for 20 years. Most of you motherfuckers don't even know what hard work looks like or feels like or sounds like, let alone are you actually doing it. So while this sounds good, when you got a bunch of black people in the room all saying it to each other, I got to work 10 times as hard to get the success. No, first of all, if that is what you need to do, why you ain't doing it? Most of y'all are not doing it. And I see the work ethic, if we even want to call it work ethic, that most of you have. No, you don't. And by the way, this is not just about black people. You can take every person, every group in the world. None of you is working 10 times harder than people in other groups. Most of you, again, don't even know what hard work looks like, let alone are you doing it. Number two, is not so much that you may need to work harder than your white counterparts to get a better outcome. There are times, however, when you may need to be better than them. There are times when, because all the people who are doing the choosing, all the people who are doing the buying, they may be more prone to choose or buy from someone who looks like them, and it's not you. You may need to be significantly better than your counterparts just to get the same outcome that they get, or at least to get an opportunity that they didn't have. That does not mean that you are working harder than them, but it does mean that you need to show yourself in some way, shape, or form to be better than them. And being better than somebody else does not necessarily mean that you are outworking them, because if hard work was all it took to be better than another person, then the maintenance man will earn the same amount of money as the CEO, because the maintenance man tends to work harder probably than the CEO does, but the CEO earns significantly more money. Why? Because the result of the work that the CEO does is worth more than the result of the work of the maintenance man. So the CEO is better when it comes to generating ROI than the maintenance man is, even though the maintenance man is working harder. Do you understand? So better sometimes just means your positioning. Where are you doing your work? Who are you doing it for? And what outcomes are you producing? That can make you better, even if the other person is working harder. And number three, business is not a meritocracy. So usually you hear this in business. I don't hear any athlete saying, I got to work 10 times as hard to get on. No, you don't, because it doesn't happen in sports. In the business world, you are not in a meritocracy. In other words, the outcomes are not based on who's better than who, even though I just told you, sometimes you do need to be significantly better. Qualification, ladies and gentlemen, is subjective. Qualification is subjective, meaning if I think you're qualified and I say yes, and this person over here thinks you're not qualified and they say no, neither one of us is right and neither one of us is wrong. Your job is to learn to play the game so you can get the outcomes that you want. Work on your game.